billion children, and he's only got one day. You've got slightly less than that. If I were you, I'd pray, so don't cry. It's Christmas, you're nearly 10. It's a little game.
Come in.
Right.
Ah, Mr. Pilkington, and how are we today?
Yeah, I'm alright, Doctor. Yeah, I've just come for my checkup.
Okay then, pop your pants off.
What?
Just pop your pants off.
Well,
and,
I've got to take my pants off.
well, because I have to put my finger up your
What, me what?
to check your prostate gland.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am worried about it because prostate cancer kills 10,000 men every year in Britain.
You can check that out if I get any symptoms.
Well, there aren't always symptoms, and symptoms do vary from man to man, so the best way to check it out is I just pop my finger up there
I'm really
and have a
happy with
feel.
this, just-
Don't worry about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I don't know why he was worried. You probably saved his life there.
Does he have to be here?
He's just a mate, don't worry about him, he's just watching me at work.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And Carl Pilkington.
And he had his arm taken off and stuck on his twin, so his twin's got like 3 arms.
No, it's not true.
Okay, so yes, no, I would be upset if I had to lose my knob, but you say you wouldn't have a problem with that.
I'm
You'd
just
be happy
saying,
with
out
you-
of everything, you know, unless you're wearing trunks and that, no one's gonna know.
Get the brand new show now at audible.com.
We were talking about clothing, and it reminded me of a conversation we had while I was in Rio. This was in one of my moments when I wasn't dying or being ill. And my friend Chris made a good point, because he had no hat and it was very, very hot over there. And there's lots of guys who go up and down the beaches selling stuff, and they were selling knocked off goods. You know how you can always get kind of fake versions of big
Designer labels.
Designer labels.
Yeah.
And we were saying that, as far as I'm aware, I don't want to name any big names, but apparently a lot of the big companies, they use cheap labour, don't they? Kind of.
I think a lot of them have been
in
accused
Taiwan or in
exactly,
China.
yeah, where sort of some of the really big sort of designer labels use a bit of labour that's sort of so cheap they sort of pay them a few pence a day.
Well, quite. And his point was that he bought a knocked off one, right? How much are the people getting paid that are doing the knocked off stuff? How shoddy is their work that they can't even get job doing the real things for a couple of pence a day?
Yeah.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
Well, I know you're a fan of these philosophical paradoxes, and we've been sent one from Dowdy. He's got in touch, and he says, are you aware of the Barber paradox? Now, you as a philosophy student may be aware of it. He says it's a logical impossibility, supposedly devised by Bertrand Russell. So, Carl, imagine, and of course this wouldn't impact on you, but imagine a town that has only one barber, who's a man. So there's a male barber in a town, he's the only person. If he shaves every man in the town, except for those that shave themselves, does he shave himself?
What, his own head?
No, imagine he's not just doing hair. Imagine it's a normal shave. Not that it would matter. You could make it his own head. You could make it his bikini line if you wanted. That's not relevant. Okay.
If he shaves every man in the town except for those that shave themselves, does he shave himself?
It's a paradox. It's sort of more linguistic. What they're saying is, if he shaves every man, right, except those that shave himself, if he does shave himself, okay, then he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself, because he's shaving himself.
I reckon.
And if he doesn't, he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself. That it's just
chances. I guess. I mean, I haven't seen him, but I guess I'd say he's probably grown a beard. Because
No,
I always
that's-
think that when you're in that sort of work,
No.
the last thing you want to do is sort of be doing that when you get home.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like hairdressers do the same thing. They have sort of rubbish hair rather than putting time and effort into their own. They do in other people's.
Right, let me explain, right? The point is this, right? If he shaves every man in that town, except those that shave themselves, right? Okay. Okay. Does he shave himself? The point being that if he shaves himself, then he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself, because he shaved himself. If he doesn't shave himself, then he's not shaving every man in the town.
He's probably not bothering, like I say. He's probably just, leave it.
You know this is not a real man in a real town. You are aware of that, right?
I just think if everyone's having a shave, open another barber's. There's business in it.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
I believe this though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole.
Get the brand new show now at audible.com.
You're an idiot. sinks are the best.
Sinks.
It's just not disgusting. Everyone does it. All blokes do it. Anyone who's shared in a hall of residence, or if there's a sink, you go in it. In fact, if there's a sink next to a urinal, go in the sink.
Oh, in the sink, always the sink.
Of course it is. Everyone does it. Women can't do that. Well, anyway, just
maybe they can. I don't know. If you're a woman and you've done it in the sink, well, no, I don't want to know. Let's not go there.
The first flat I had with my girlfriend many years ago, early to mid 80s, about 84, 85. Anyway, it was a grotty tiny little bedsit. I was on the dole. Jane wasn't doing a lot anyway, and it was tiny. The kitchen was the bedroom. Quite literally, I had a little entrance hall, and the kitchen was the bed. The bed was down one side, and then down the other side, about like a foot away, there's the fridge, the cooker, and the sink. I could put my hand out if I was lying in bed and touch the fridge. I could stick my leg out and touch the sink, and I could stick my I could touch the cooker.
Well, yeah,
small flat.
Well, of course it would have
tiny, yeah, about a foot away. Anyway, so and it was like one of those upstairs was like a couple of girls, and the toilet was a community toilet on the landing. Now, I wake up, I've had a few, there's no way I'm gonna put trousers on, go down there, chance of meeting something, hair, whatever. No, the sink, right? Of course the sink. And it was quite high, so I remember like doing it on tiptoes, and and then one night, Jane must have woke up, and I just heard her go, oh, at least take the dishes out.
You're a grotty man. You're a horrible man.
Why?
You slept in a kitchen for many years.
Yeah.
You're a horrible man.
That's sincere. But what she didn't realise was, if there was dishes there, it was full of dishes, if you got your hand under if the plate was at the bottom, you could lift up that plate.
Yes.
And just go straight down there.
Right.
Then she said, oh, at least run the water afterwards.
Yeah.
Fussy.
Oh, there, Rick, how's it going, mate?
I've got a new feature for the Mary Ann Hobbs show. It's a last-ditch attempt to try and save it.
Well, she needs something. She's a woman.
It's a feature.
Go on.
It involves the whole public. They can get involved. I want them to write in, phone in, email, fax, okay? It's called the Hotel of Hate.
A hotel of hate?
It's a conceptual hotel where you put in all your most hated people and things.
Where is it?
Well, it's just conceptual, isn't it? It's like an imaginary...
Can we make it Dorset or... Fine, let the Dorset say Dorset.
Fine, yeah. So, for example...
Western-super-Mare, because that is a shithole.
It's not important. So, imagine there's 10 rooms. So, for example, in room 1, I'd put the entire cast of Last of Summer Wine.
All 3 of them sharing a bed?
Yeah, right, bunks. In room 2, I'd put Lenny Henry. Got nothing against the guy, he's probably a lovely fella. He's never made me laugh. Do you know what I mean? Do you see the point now?
I get it how it works.
So, who would you put in?
I'd probably put in famine and disease.
Really?
No, Nookie Bear. Who else would you put in?
Robbie Williams, coming up with the 2 worst lyrics of all time. I had, that's a good line, take it to the bridge, very postmodern. And the other one, the Ricky Lake, tell me things I don't need to know. So he's in now. Do you know what I'd put in?
Go on.
World oppression.
Really?
No, Mr. Blobby.
I tell you what I'd put in. Those people whose job it is to replace toilet paper in toilet cubicles. You go in there, there's none left. It's like, they're probably just like junkies, smackheads, like, you know.
Do you know what I'd put
homeless.
in? That programme onto Room 101.
Oh. Well, it's a good idea, like putting stuff in a room that you hate.
Yeah, but a hotel's so much bigger.
Well, exactly.
So, send in your ideas, and at the end of the year, we'll have the top 10 most hated things in Britain for radio and listeners. So send them into Mary Ann Hobbs, Radio 1,
London,
W1N
4DJ.
XFM's Ricky Gervais talks to Bono.
I'm Ricky Gervais and I'm talking to Bono off U2.
Hello there, thanks for inviting me.
Alright Bono, sorry I don't know your surname.
I haven't got one.
Do you like XFM?
I bloody love it.
Is it because we play R.E.M., Eminem, Radiohead and Dr. Dre?
It is, and also of course you play some of my songs U2 lead singer of. I've heard in the past on the station you've played Pride in the Name of Love. Pride in the Name of Love. Before you break my heart.
I love that one.
And I imagine Christmas time you'll probably be playing All Is Quiet on New Year's Day.
Oh, of course it is. All the shops are shut, there's no buses running.
That's what I wrote it about, Rick.
Thanks very much. Bono, I don't know your surname.
I haven't got one.
Ricky Gervais, this Saturday from 1.
Yeah, with Steve Merchant. Just, you know, say that.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Carl Pilkington. Alright, yeah, what are you doing?
Just looking what's going on tonight.
Right, what is going on tonight?
Well, there's a charity gig going on. It's called Make Trade Fair Live, right? Razor Light's playing live, and it was like a big secret and that, but everyone knows now. R.E.M. are playing there.
And that's on at the,
Smith Apollo.
Got another secret about that.
Go on.
I'm on.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm on the bill. Doing a bit. Doing my bit. So, the true philanthropist that I am, but you'll be staying in, as usual, Carl. What's on telly?
BBC 2, 9 o'clock. It's called Wanting a Deaf Baby.
Right.
Who'd want that?
Well, what's it about?
It's part of a new series of, like, unusual family stories and that. Maybe I can get me Auntie Nora on that.
Which one was she?
She's the one who broke wind for 5 minutes.
You can't fart for 5
Well,
minutes.
she did. She was on a lot of tablets and that.
Well, you can't. She was... I don't know. She's talking out of her ass.
Anyway, so when the guide on Saturday. Not the stuff about Auntie Nora, but the other stuff.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with The Guardian on Saturday.
Little red fez.
Oh, I know what I want. Never, no. Beret.
What is that? What kind of hat is that?
It's a frisbee.
It's berets. It hasn't even got a...
It's the when some bloke, he does philosophy for a week, or he's sort of doing French combined with philosophy, and he comes in to the student union with a beret on and a goatee, and the first thing you do is take it off and throw it out the window.
Of course you do.
Because you're with the cool people, and he's going, oh, that's really funny, isn't it? Yeah. So mature. Yeah. And you go, no, it's not mature, but it's funny.
We're just having a laugh.
Anyone you see wearing a beret in a student union or in a pub, just pop it off, frisbee it across the... I'll tell you, you will be the most popular bloke in that
Use
pub.
him like he's sort of piggy in the middle. You're just throwing it, to different people. It kind of bonds the pub. People they leave the quiz machine.
Yeah.
They come over and they're joining in, and you're just throwing. He's screaming, "Please give me my berry back!"
In fact, I reckon if you threw it and it hit the hardest bloke in the pub's pint over, he'd look over, go, fair enough, mate, and he'd, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he'd go straight to the guy that was wearing the beret. What kind of a hat? What kind of a hat is that? It's French. I mean, there's the point. That's the answer.
I don't want to get you on French people.
No, I know, but all I would say to you is it's got no brim.
The honey badger has skin which is so thick it can withstand bee stings, porcupine quills, and snake bites.
Right.
That's a skill. But not as good as this one. Hold on. In addition to being tough, the badger's skin is also very loose. So if it is caught by the back of the neck, clapping, right, so you go for it, badger, back of the neck. What can it do? Nothing. Can't it? Wait a minute. It is able to twist round inside its own skin and bite whatever is holding it.
What?
So it swivels round, and it's suddenly this skinned head comes out of its arse, bites your leg.
Rubbish.
Well, of course it's rubbish. Who put that? I mean,
Absolute
what
rubbish.
does that mean? Its skin is so loose, it is able to twist round inside its own skin and bite whatever is holding it.
Badgers are just sort of slopping around.
What is that, a nightmare? Some sort of, Wesley Craven nightmare. So you've got a little badger, furry little badger, right? You think you've got it, you go, come on, it's for your own good. You know, you might be like Tony Soper or David Attenborough, just like, no, for your own good, we're going to go and cut your nails, pop a little thing over so we can follow you, eating, but turns round, suddenly it's a bag of skin, this head comes out of its arm, and it rips your face off.
It's like Alien.
I know. It can't be true.
Like Alien.
It can't be true.
Those are perhaps they're aliens.
Now, well, somebody's on the line to speak to us. It's this guy, Ricky Gervais. He's already been on the radio this morning on Jonathan Ross.
You're so angry, aren't you?
What? Just because he won the BAFTA and you didn't? I'm angry for you.
I know.
You
I'm
dummy.
angry for me.
I'm angry for me.
Let's get this guy on.
Get this guy on the air. Hello, Ricky.
It's not about awards.
You always say that. People always say that win awards.
I've always thought of, like, particularly Nick, as a winner.
Shut up!
Carl, I've told Carl we're all winners before. It's not. It's the turning up. It's just the being there that counts. It's the hanging around and then not winning.
Yeah, that's fun. I got munted on red wine and then punched down in Titchmarsh. It was a terrible night.
I bought a 10-minute suit for the BAFTAs, didn't I?
Yeah, it dissolved.
Suit, 300 quid. It was only on for 10 minutes.
You look great. You both look great at the BAFTAs.
Thanks, buddy.
And you.
The Oscars next, isn't it? It's the Oscars next.
Yeah, because we're making a film. Touch wood. What are you doing?
I'm not, but the Oscars did give me a call and said, we'll just put anything in.
No, Oscar gave you a call.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright's brother.
I've actually I'm pulled into the brisket competition. How do I win a brisket?
You're going to have to stay on the line and find out about that, RG.
Is it a real brisket? It's not just some sort of reconstituted sort of spam fritter?
No, it's not. It's not faux brisket.
Is it okay?
We don't deal in faux meats here.
We came up with an idea for a faux meat.
Yes, we did.
Son of Spam.
No, there was one called Faken,
which is like fake bacon.
And what was the other one? Bork.
Yeah. It's like an amino enriched sliceable meat
Product. It's like a protein gel that you slice. It's called Bork.
Last time I met your friend Nick Frost, we were in a doctor's waiting room. I was going for a nasty chaffing in the back of the legs, and he was there with testicular mice.
running about inside the sack, as the French say.
Yeah, and
his bag.
The doctors came in and said, I'm not really a vet, and they got some vets in the people and some students. There was loads of students just watching it, and it was the weirdest I've ever seen.
Do you know how they got them out in the end?
Go on.
Cheese strings.
Yeah, we'll talk to Carl about that, because I told Carl that my friend Robin Ince, when he had worms, the doctor told his mother to hold little bits of cheese and bacon near his anus to bring the worms out. Carl believed it, and the reason he believed it, he reckons there's a worm in South America that it gets into your skin somehow, I don't know, via osmosis or something.
Don't say osmosis.
They wrap bacon round your head, and I said, what do you mean? He went, it's the thinnest part of your body. I went, how can the head, how can the brain case be the thinnest part of your body? He went, well it is, and they come up, so the worm is in the stomach or the foot, and it smells the bacon, and he went, everyone likes the smell of bacon.
It's a smelly meat.
Yeah.
I'm just going to refer to my head as a brain case from now on, because I think that's very nice.
Yeah, it was a bit weird,
The top of the head is as thin as bacon foil.
True. I've heard, though, that's the story. When I was at school in maths, Susan Hall told me that there was a man who had a tapeworm.
Well, she's a liar, anyway.
Listen, don't knock Sue. And he put a pie in front of him. and
a snake fell out
and
of
then opened his mouth and a snake fell out of his gob. And then ate the pie. And then went back in, and then he woke up and a load of spiders came out of his face, and they were banging his head on the roof of the car.
That is actually true, right? And if the phone didn't ring at 4, then he's lost his money. And as he jumped off the roof, as he went past the window, his phone was ringing. His mum came in, and he'd been wanking, and she said, and it was a giant water rat.
Look,
that is all true.
I'm a fan of these urban myths.
Yeah.
Right? And this is something that was in the paper. I don't know if it's an urban myth or a true one. No,
Go on,
listen,
say it.
right, this
I'm
listen.
there now.
No.
Come on, Carl. Don't let me down. You're allowed to talk. I'm here. Go on, Carl.
Right.
Do it. Do your stuff.
No,
Tell us one.
right, this woman, she wanted to get a nice tan before she went on holiday.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
Go on.
Yeah.
So
there was a lobster.
No, right. So she went to, like a suntan shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And said,
Can I have a suntan, please?
I wanna like get brown for my holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
keep talking.
So the woman said, well, yeah, that's alright.
Finish up.
Yeah.
But you can only do 30 minutes when you're going on holiday. And she said, well, I'm going tomorrow, I want to get a nice tan. So she said,
Sure.
no, the rule is, you can only do 30 minutes.
This
So she
isn't the
thought-
one where they put her on a Breville toaster.
No, right?
That's a good one.
So she has her 30 minutes in that one.
Go on.
Yeah.
Then she goes to, like, Tanzar or whatever.
Right.
The
Yeah.
next
another one.
And
Down
she
in the
goes,
tan district.
She goes there and has 30 minutes. Goes to the next one, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's on holiday.
Yeah.
Right? And she's got a nice tan. But she thinks, God, I'm starting to stink a bit.
Yeah.
Right? So she gets back off holiday and she goes to the doctors and says, look, went on holiday, body's starting
Sorry,
to smell.
you don't go to the doctor because you stink.
No,
You
but she
do.
couldn't work it out. She like had a bath and stuff, and, and she still stunk. And
Yeah.
She couldn't work it out. Right? So he says, well, tell me what you've been doing. What
This is an urban novel.
What's
Gervais loved it. He loved that one.
Go. On it, Simon. Look, 2 hours is a lot to fill with dribble. Let Carl talk as long as he wants, and then play Radiohead. And I'll tell you what, it flies by.
So anyway,
Go on, let him
so
finish.
the doctor says, well, tell me what you've been up to. And she said, well, what I did was, before I went on holiday, I did like about 9 hours on sunbeds.
Right.
And he said, oh, God.
That's brilliant. Do that bit again.
He said, oh, God.
Yeah.
So anyway, it only turned out that the smell was her insides rotting because she
You're a maniac! You're a maniac! Lock yourself up. Turn yourself in.
We're putting him away.
You know when a doctor turns to you and says,